Are you doing your shadow work? Are you dabbling in shadow work? Are you getting into shadow work? Are you curious about shadow work? Any of that. Ashe, amen. Okay, so my name is Mrs. Honeybee of the Highest. I'm the shamanic high priestess and life consultant here at EyeGotThyme. I'm also an author, babe. So I created a guide called Shadow Work Assistance for the Savage. Eek, written by me, also a savage. And I'm so excited. It is 48 pages of magic. There are a plethora of practical assignments and activities that your self is guided through so that you could assist you with integrating your shadows, with shining a light on your shadows. I'm really excited about this material. I have been channeling this work in. I channeled the work in initially within 5 hours, and then I shared it for free and was giving it out to a whole bunch of folks. And then within the last couple weeks, myself was like, you should charge for this material. It's really good. And like, you put a lot of time into a lot of effort, and the main reason why I said I should charge was because I was like, well, you spent your time and energy on it, but you're also about to update it. And so I spent all this time updating it the last like 2 weeks, and it's so good. 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 It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. I'm going to read for you guys. I'm going to take this opportunity to read for you guys some of the content, and I'm going to read the introduction. So these are in the introduction. There are raw points to note before we dive in. Okay. Now I told you this is for the savages. Ashe, period, bust down. So just to give you some insight of what's in this book, I'm going to give you some raw points. If these points spark your interest, all I'm going to say is go to my website, EyeGotThyme.com, and bust down, girl. Click on the shop and purchase her, because the guide goes off. I feel like it's practical. It gets straight to the point. It gives you the information. It gives you the tools. And all you got to do is show up and follow through. Anyway. Okay. Here we go. To give you an idea, disclaimer, I'm very raw. I'm very authentic, and I'm very real. I write how I talk. And I love that about me. Period. Okay. So here we go. Raw points to note before we dive in. Ooh! Take as many breaks as you need. There is no rush. This work can be intense. Attempting to reconnect and integrate every aspect of your shadow is the most. I'm still working through my own shadow. Personally, I feel this journey is ongoing. We are infinite beings. The idea of being done, complete, or finished doesn't align with me. We are doing this work because we love ourselves, and it allows for us to have a more divine experience. We are not partaking in this work because we need to be fixed. This is not a task to mark off your to-do list. Buckle up for the ride and refrain from asking if we've arrived yet. Just journey, beloved. Grab a snack and catch the beat. Next point. No one owes you. No one owes you an apology, an answer, an explanation. No one owes you. The sooner you can return to yourself and step away from waiting at someone else's doorstep so they can give you what they owe you, the sooner you can get on with your personal happiness journey. You deserve to live the life of your dreams today, right now, in this very moment. You can give that to yourself immediately. Get out of the waiting game. Stop expecting others to show up for you when they have their whole self to be concerned for, and possibly even children, parents, grandparents, and maybe even a business or 3. As much as we may want to be first on someone else's list, history has proven that's not always the case. Choose yourself, beloved. Walk away from the narrative that someone owes you, especially your parents. Next point. Your parents are not here to be anything other than a portal for your consciousness. They created your body. Your mother was the portal through which you entered the planet. Everything else they specifically provided was extra, icing on top of the cake. Regardless of how you were raised, you are here on earth and have the capacity to achieve that which you dream for yourself. Your parents are not a valid excuse as to why you would continuously choose to not show up for yourself, provide for yourself, care for yourself, listen to yourself, trust yourself, etc. God exists. You are God. You are goddess. Tapping into your power and returning to your wholeness is your choice to make and your journey to venture. Your parents got their own God instructions to follow. You do too. Next point. Faith is required. Period. If you don't have any, this journey will bring it out of you. You need to have faith, beloved. There is much you will experience on this planet that is conscious and has its own instructions for behavior. We co-collaborate here. Outcomes are not solely based on our own merits. Faith that the outcome or outcomes will be in your favor, and faith that you are favored will greatly assist in offering you an experience of continued peace. Next point. Be prepared to feel. This journey is going to unearth emotions that may hurt. Spiritual bypassing is not allowed here. Thinking we can grow, expand, heal, or integrate without feeling the emotions that influence physical sensations in the body will set yourself up for a rude journey. As previously stated, I love to be direct and transparent. The real is that you will need to feel your unprocessed emotions if you are to embody the frequency of oneness. Shadow work is a journey that aligns your consciousness with the frequency of oneness. You become consciously aware of the whole self. This will have you feeling suppressed and repressed emotions. You can and will survive. The feelings are temporary. You must be willing to take ownership of your mind and become aligned with detachment from your emotions, even the ones you love to feel. You are meant to experience your flowing spectrum. Just like the waves, feelings will come and go constantly. You are not required or meant to remain the same at all times. Let yourself be in flow. You are safe to feel complete. Next point. Let me drink some water. I love this so much. If you're someone who has not yet gotten into shadow work, these points are like, I feel like, real as fuck before you get into your tea. So this is the next point. Honesty. You must be truthful. If you think that lying or omitting truths and details will serve your complete wellness, you are highly mistaken. Shadow work is real as fuck, and your honesty is a requirement. Don't step into this ring thinking you can box with truth and won't be knocked. She gives TKO, and the hands are swift, tailored to your needs. Next point. You are already perfect. Do you hear me? I need you to listen up and listen up good. You are already perfect. There's nothing to heal. There's nothing to change. There's nothing to add. There's nothing to subtract. There's nothing that needs to be fixed. You, as you are right now, are spot on with how you're meant to be. How you may feel about that, well, that, again, I will leave in your hands. Personally, I believe you're going to be in love with yourself after reading this material and following through with the practical assignments. She's such a teacher, girl. Mrs. Honeybee of the highest, duh. Next point. It's important you understand that your shadow or shadows or shadow self is not evil by any means. You are not some maniacal fuckface who was born to rid the world of all love and drain the earth of its life force for all to suffer at the hands of Satan and his minions. Jesus Christ. Let's relax. You are also not this innately loving being that wants to whimsically flutter about sprinkling fairy piss on everything that has an energetic pulse and pray for all to be perfect, sparkleberry yum yum juice cake pops. Again, let's fucking relax. Shame. Next point. Yourself is simply you are. End of sentence. Period. However, you do feel things. You do think things. You do have expressions. You do things, both consciously, unconsciously, and subconsciously. You change, you shift, you fluctuate, and all of that shite is normal. Quite literally, it's a part of the human experience. If you felt called to read this book, then you're here to simply be a human being. I invite you to be that. For real though, a human that be, as opposed to a human that do. And yes, I meant 2 E's for the extra extraordinary girls. Ashe. I'm gonna stop there because there's several more points and a couple more pages, and it's cute. But because I like to prepare you, I like preparedness. My old director used to tell us, and my old mentor used to say, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Ashe, it's like 5 or 6 P's, something like that. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. 6 P's. Period. So this book is called Shadow Work Assistance for the Savage, written by me, Mrs. Honeybee of the Highest, the Shamanic High Priestess and Life Consultant here at EyeGotThyme, and you can find that on my website, EyeGotThyme.com.